Hello everyone, this is Deyan. This is my 6 months on injectable testosterone video, which, if you recall, is roughly a year and 6 months on testosterone total. I don't know what's going on upstairs, but my neighbors seem to be having some sort of shenanigans involving lots of music and dancing. So I apologize for the background noise that is inevitably in this video. Like, there are people stomping on the floor that is my ceiling, and there's nothing I can do about it. So, just gonna roll with it. It's been a while since I last updated. That's because, long story made short, I was in the process of getting out of a really bad relationship and living situation, which I won't go into more detail about in this video because I want to talk about A, more recent stuff, B, happier stuff, and C, stuff that won't trigger people so badly that they stop watching the video, since I don't make videos often enough to merit having one that has giant trigger warnings all over it. Let's see here. So, transition stuff. I have lost contact with a lot of the people who were like updating me regularly about what my voice sounds like. So I don't know if my voice has changed or not because I'm totally tone deaf and can't really tell what my voice sounds like. It definitely feels like it's still in puberty mode, but I don't know if that's because it's still actively changing or if I just haven't figured out how the heck to use my vocal cords. Let's see here. Oh, facial hair. I have more facial hair now. It's super exciting. It's still pretty invisible, but I have sideburns. They're like awkward. I don't know. You probably can't see them on the screen, but like, see, there are sideburns. Not that that's gonna do me a whole lot of good with like this mop on my head that's going on. I need a haircut. But yay, I have the beginnings of sideburns. I think I have as much facial hair now as my cisgender brother, who has been going through puberty for significantly longer than I have, so I'm going to chalk that up as a victory. Facial hair isn't really a thing that runs in my family. I also have enough mustache for everything I eat and drink to get stuck in it, but not enough mustache for people to see. So it's like no mustache for most of the day, and then I go to eat my meal for the day because I usually I have a weird meal plan at college because I don't have money. So I usually just like eat a gigantic meal and then snack throughout the day. So when I go to eat a meal, I end up with like a mustache made out of whatever food and beverages I made. It's kind of gross. Speaking of gross, there's a reason I call this TMI. Speaking of gross, I have a smell now, like more of one. I've mentioned this in past videos, but it's like becoming increasingly noticeable. It's not really a bad smell, I don't think. Other people might disagree with me on that one. I haven't asked them exactly, but like, I definitely have a smell, and that's saying something since I don't have a sense of smell, really, but I can smell myself. And it's like, should I be embarrassed about this? Or this is totally not my fault because I put on deodorant 30 minutes ago, right after taking a shower. There's nothing else I can do. This is literally just how I smell. It's a little awkward. I don't think it's a bad smell, but I don't have a sense of smell, so sorry to people who think I'm stinky or something. Um, you guys on the internet probably don't care because you can't smell me through a computer screen. But yeah, no, I have a smell. Definitely have a smell. Um, oh, I also, I guess I've like actually, before I get into this, I'm going to give the rest of my life update thing. This is totally non sequitur, but relevant so that I can tell you an anecdote later that will make more sense after you know this. So, after the relationship sunk to the deepest depths of the ocean this past summer, um, I moved into an apartment of my own, pictured here, with the tree of life behind me. Um, and started college. I'm working on a wildlife and conservation biology degree, which should come as no surprise. I have the tree of life on my wall. Is anyone surprised? No. Okay. Um, and I'm now um, working on campus at my university's LGBTQ center. Also, probably comes as little surprise because like everybody knows I'm queer, right? You're watching my transition video. Um, so yeah, I'm working at my school's LGBTQ center. It's awesome. Um, and that brings me back to I'm passing fairly consistently. Um, I frequently pass as like a 15-year-old boy, which is kind of entertaining. But like, I'm accustomed to being misread age-wise, and so it doesn't really bother me. I know that's something that bothers a lot of trans folks. It doesn't really bother me because I like that's been happening to me my entire life, regardless of what gender I'm presenting as or identifying as. Um, but it's definitely like I had reached a point in my like physical aging process where a lot of people had finally started reading me as an adult, but as an adult woman, which was really irritating. But now that I'm clearly going through puberty again, I've gone back down, and now I'm being read as a 15-year-old boy again. Actually, I was being read as like anywhere from a 12-year-old boy to a 16-year-old girl for quite a while. Um, but now I'm fairly consistently being read as a 15-year-old boy or something along those lines. By strangers on the bus who are like, "Why aren't you in school, young man?" And I'm like, because I'm on my way to work. And then they get confused. um, but I also seem to be passing in my school's environment, which is definitely new. Because like I have a hard time passing in situations where um, I I need to be read as a specific age to be able to make sense in that context. So people are automatically like, this person is obviously at least out of high school because they're going to this college. Um, they're probably on the younger end of that, but still, uh, my brain is saying 15-year-old boy, but that can't be. um, and so the trick is that they've started, instead of going can't be a 15-year-old boy, so it must be like an 18-year-old boy. Instead of like, can't be a 15-year-old boy. Must be an 18-year-old lesbian. Which is what I was getting a lot of. Especially like previously in like grown-up queer people spaces, I got a lot of like, so you're like 18 years old and a lesbian, right? And I'm like, I'm a 22-year-old trans guy. So yeah, it was great though because one of the people who comes to the LGBTQ center a lot was chatting with me recently, and I mentioned in passing being trans, and she was like, "You're trans?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you didn't you didn't know that?" Because I'm fairly open about it, and also it's like I work at the LGBTQ center and look like a 15-year-old boy, but I'm clearly a college student. Like, yeah. But it turns out she read me as a cisgender guy, um, and was pleasantly surprised that I am in fact actually trans. And she was like, "I'm going to give you a hug. One of my best friends is trans, and I miss him a lot." So that was that was a fun anecdote to share. Um, yeah, there are other things. My life has been a little crazy. That's why there haven't been any videos, and why this one is now really long. But yeah, I will try to update more later. 'Cause especially since I'm probably forgetting something. But like sideburns, I have sideburns. Uh, Nothing else matters. I have sideburns. I've become that trans guy who's like, I will never shave my facial hair. um, yeah, I'm I'm a human. All right, I'm going to turn this video off and let my neighbors continue stomping on the ceiling in peace.